everybody, and welcome to Joey's Wine Rack. This is a very special version. This is our Easter version, not virgin, that would be weird. I'm Joey Paisano, and these lovely ladies are not. We have special guests today because it's a special day. We have Sarah, and we have Alyssa. We call her E. And what do we call you?
Sarah.
That's so boring. Okay. Anyway, the ladies have been nice enough to come join us for kind of an Easter show. We're doing it about a week early because we want to have you be able to know what we're having. So when the time comes, you got style points for bringing some cool stuff, right? All right. What are we going to do today? We are going to do Toad Hollow. It is a Pinot Noir Rosé. It's Eye of the Toad. It's the 2013. Why is that important? Why is that important?
I don't know.
Not sure.
I'm sorry, if you hear grumbling, it's actually not my stomach. It's one of my kids. 2013, important because with rosé, typically the younger it is, the better it is. Unlike folks like myself, the older it is, the better it is. What makes it special? Well, first off, this is not your mama's pink wine. It's not sickly and sweet. This is muy bueno. This is good stuff. Why did we pick Toad Hollow? Well, the Paisanos and the Toad Hollow crew, we got a special bond. We've been hanging out together for a long time now. Toad Hollow is celebrating 20 years this year, so 2014, 20 years. So do the math, which is 1994. Yes, you're right. I first tasted some of the Toad Hollow stuff when I was working in a wine shop. I was lucky enough to meet Frankie and Dr. Toad. Dr. Toad is no longer with us, unfortunately, but Frankie is still kicking, and she is awesome. Kathleen, rock and roll out there. She takes care of some of the stuff for me, and everybody else I've ever met out there is fantastic. If you're ever in Hillsburg, California, Toad Hollow Tasting Group, be there. So, why again did we decide to go with the Pinot Noir Rosé? A, it's going to be something that's going to really go cool with Easter dinner, so ham and stuff like that. And it's not your typical, again, it's not your typical pink wine. It's something that's not, I get accused of, Joey, you only drink red. Okay, I mostly drink red. Don't always only drink red. This is going to be really fantastic for warm weather. It's going to be really great with the ham that we're going to show you later on. All around, really, really good stuff. It's got, right now, it's probably about a 13% alcohol. Is that a lot? Is that not so much? What do you think?
Less than some.
Less than some, exactly. Some of the fortified stuff is pretty heavy. This is going to be really light and crisp and different. So, let's taste. We do the typical, I'm going to present, and you'll notice, maybe you won't, I'm not this short, I'm sitting down. I was this short, and then I decided it wasn't that much fun. A couple things we noticed right off the bat, of course the label. Bo is their artist. She does some really cool stuff. Some of my other shows I've done down in my other part of my studio, and you've seen some of the Toad Hollow stuff in the background. Very cool stuff. She does all their labels. Another thing that we notice, see that little toad right there? Ta-da. Little toad for Dr. Toad. Dr. Toad was Todd, and there's a little backstory we'll share with you right at the moment. You have to either come see me or go out and see the folks at Toad Hollow. Tell them Joey sent you. But we've got a screw top, and we don't call it a screw top, we call it a
Uncorked, not corked.
Stelvin enclosure.
Stelvin enclosure. Yes!
Enclosure.
Stelvin enclosure from the crowd. All right, so those were my knuckles. Sorry. So it used to be back in the day, screw top meant crap, right? Not so much anymore. They've come a long, long way. This really is really great stuff. And typically you'll find screw tops more for younger wines. Sometimes a lot more whites than reds. Excuse me. With the Pinot Noir Rosé, what you're actually getting is, and like I said earlier, the younger the better. Wine, younger the better wine. It's more fresh, it's more fruity, it's going to be really where you need it to be. You're not going to set this up for aging. It's not going to be something you're going to hang on to for 6 or 10 years. Something is meant to be drunk now. So typically when I do my show, I don't have guests. Got guests today, which is cool. So we're going to do things a little bit differently, but we always have. Drop stop. Good stuff. I know I need to be getting paid for this stuff. But silver disc, really cool because it makes it so much easier to roll it up. Not quite like some other things you can roll up in Colorado. And stick it in. Since I'm left-handed, I'm going to go with yours first. Give you a little taste. And I'm going to let both ladies taste first.
Oh, nice.
So what's the first thing we notice, ladies?
It's
Say
pink.
it's pink. It's pink.
It's
Light
Easter
color.
pink.
It's Easter pink. And see, no black shirt today.
Had to match the wine.
Exactly. So give it a swirl. Put your nose in it. Good sniff. What do you smell, Ian?
It's very fruity,
Very fruity.
Very fruity.
but light. Fruity and light. Just like I like my wine.
So
Oh.
we swirl, we sniff, we taste a little bit, just a little bit. You're first now.
Uh-oh. Like we were talking about with the smell, it's very light tasting as well.
Kind of a floral nose to it. I think.
I would agree, floral. And it's actually not as, it doesn't taste as sweet as you would think when you smelled it,
Mhm.
which
It
is
doesn't
nice.
taste as fruity.
Yeah, less fruity when to taste than you think it would be when you smelled it.
Right. This is actually bone dry style. It's very much the French style. It's Pinot Noir Rosé, which means Pinot Noir, right? So, give you a little backstory on it. So, how does it get to be this color? Most of the time, if you've drank, if you've had Pinot Noir, you know, it's bright red, typically darker, something like that. What happens is they crush the grapes, but don't beat them up. Crush the grapes a little bit, and let the skin stay on for anywhere from about 2 hours to a couple days. So it gets this color to it. Longer would be darker, of course. And then they siphon it off and get rid of the must, which is the other stuff that's there, you know, the seeds and the skins and the meat and all that stuff. And this is what you get. Also, because of the way they do it, it is a very young wine and easily drinkable, you know, something that you can drink right now. It's going to go exceptionally well with a lot of really cool different summer type things that I mentioned a couple times. We're going to do it with ham. It goes great with burgers. You know, sometimes a little bit on the lighter side. You ladies like spicy?
Yes, always.
Spicy is excellent. This is going to go fantastic with like a spicy Thai or Asian something because it has an acidity that will cut through it. So you're not going, you know, that typical pink wine where you're like, it's so sweet. You're like, it's like, how many people really, truly, adults, how many people truly want to drink a Coke with Thai food?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I'd rather have water, thanks.
Yeah.
So this is going to be fantastic with that. Like I said, the alcohol's not horribly high. It's going to be really right where you want it. It's from Sonoma County. Like I said, it's sourced across several vineyards, so it's not just one vineyard. I'm going to taste a little bit more because I'm getting I like this. And I typically don't do too much with whites and certainly not pinks. If I do something, this is going to be the one I'm going to have. I really like this one. This is really good with, like I said, hanging out, spicy, hanging out on the patio, come home from a day at work. You're like, we're going to have a beer, have a glass of wine. Yeah, I'm going to have a glass of wine. So let me fill you ladies up. Okay, it's not really a fill up, but it will be. So, as we always do, we have to toast, of course. And we're going to take, after we do this, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to show you what we're actually having with this. And it's going to be excellent. So, ladies, thank you so much for being here, being part of the fam. Here's to you, here's to you. Salud. So we took a little quick break and had dinner. What did we have for dinner, ladies?
Ham.
Cornbread.
Okay, from where I'm from, it's ham and cornbread. And what was on the ham?
It was a jalapeno
And honey glaze.
honey glaze. It was delicious.
Was
So we were talking earlier about having a little bit of spicy food with this, the Isle Pinot Noir Rosé. And how did it go?
It was delicious. It was a good pairing.
A nice compliment.
See, because I know this stuff. And well, before we had a full bottle, guess what? So, all in all, dinner was excellent.
It was excellent.
Excellent company. My cameraman did a fantastic job as well. So, wrapping up, a couple things to remember. Remember, it is a Pinot Noir Rosé, so made from Pinot Noir grapes, right?
Right?
It has a screw top, and we call that a what?
Stelvin
I don't
enclosure.
remember.
I have no idea.
Say it again.
Stelvin enclosure.
Still an enclosure.
Yes, it like drifted around and poof, Stelvin enclosure,
Stelvin
exactly.
enclosure.
Which makes it really awesome for picnics.
Nice.
And if you're traveling and stuff like that, little bit of this, you don't have to worry about, getting ganked for a knife and stuff like that. Hey, I
Is that
live-
like getting shanked with a shiv?
Yes, yeah. I live in the hood. I can't help it. So, two extra other things here. How much is this? This is your standard 750 milliliter bottle. Cost for this one, I have special privileges with Total, but this is available locally here in Colorado Springs and wherever you are, probably. Somewhere between 10 and 15 bucks is probably what you're going to be looking at. It's a 2013. There is a 2012 kind of floating about Canada also, floating about in the house, but it will be gone soon. 2013 even better. Excellent stuff. You can tell by looking at it, it's pink, but it's not sickly sweet pink. And when you smell it, what do you smell?
Floral notes.
Floral notes.
Fruity.
Fruity. So a little bit of rose, maybe a little bit of, I'm not great with flowers, but a little bit of that. And how did it taste?
Tastes less fruity than it smells. It's a little more floral when you taste it.
Dry.
Dry. Bone dry.
Bone dry.
Mhm.
Delicious.
So on the E scale, 1 to 10,
Give it an 8.
8,
Maybe 8.5.
maybe 8.5, depending on how far the bottle.
Based on my favorite. So this is close.
On the Sarah scale?
Probably a 7.
Ooh.
Wow.
On the Joey scale? We're talking there's very distinct sections of the jewelry scale. There's the white section, not the Caucasian section, the white section, white wine section. There's the pink section, there's the red section. Pink section, I'm giving it a 9 because I think it's pretty awesome. This is something I would definitely drink. Take it to Easter dinner. You're not going to be embarrassed. People are not going to go, ooh, it's sweet. Or the people, but you got to warn the people who like this big box with the little, it's not going to taste like that at all. Yay! So, Bone Dry Pinot Noir Rosé, Eye of the Toad Hollow, 2013 this time out. Good stuff, as we always do. We have to thank those people. So again, thank you to Frankie and everybody at Toad Hall. This happens to be El Presidente Frankie's favorite wine. You know, who's gonna argue with the president, right? The lady in charge loves this. She knows. In fact, the Chardonnay is named after her too, so if she likes this one even better, you can't go wrong. So good stuff. You're not going to be embarrassed to serve this. Have it. Ham, spicy Thai, things like that. Hot day, hanging out on the patio, it's still going to be good. Lastly, in all of my shows, we always do a special toast. Obviously, it's about friends and family, but my first toast is always to Kat. Kat was an amazing person. Had the pleasure of working with her and meeting amazing, great people outside of that. So first one's always Kat. Kat, thank you. Here's to you. Salute. And to you, peace. Salute.